Dominic Calvert Lewin scores again as Leeds United take a point from the Stadium of Light. It just ended. Sunderland 1, Leeds United 1. And let's be honest, December was going to be a very, very tough month. We all thought Daniel Farke was going to be sacked, would have 0 points. We've gone unbeaten in December. What a way to end 2025. All right, guys, what's going on? My name is Ollie Ward. Welcome back to the Ollie Ward channel. Merry Christmas. Hope you've had a great few days over the Christmas period. Like I said, it has just ended. Sunderland 1, Leeds United 1. Before we get into the match reaction, smash that like button because we're unbeaten in December. I mean, come on, that deserves a like, surely. Also, subscribe if you're new as well. We're on the road to 21,000 subscribers. And get your comments in. Who was your man of the match today? For me, I don't know. You're looking at Brenden Aaronson, maybe. You're looking at Calvert Lewin again, obviously. Stack. I thought the midfield was decent. Ampadu. Biol won everything as well. So it's another good day at the office for Leeds United. And let's quickly touch on Dominic Calvert Lewin first. The bloke is scoring goals, isn't he? He's scoring a lot of goals. He scored again today. That is the 6th consecutive game he has scored a goal. I mean, I can't keep talking about Calvert Lewin every match reaction. That's what it seems like I'm doing at the moment. Every match reaction I'm talking about this bloke. It's because he keeps putting the ball in the back of the net. But a lovely goal again from Calvert Lewin, and he's doing the business for Leeds United. But when I get onto each individual player, I'm sure we'll talk about him again. But yeah, today we're going into a game. I didn't actually look at the lineup of Sunderland's side. I realised 5 minutes before kickoff they're missing Dan Ballard, a big centre back for them, a big player for them, and obviously a lot of their players at AFCON. So yeah, it was a chance for Leeds United to get some points today, or at least a point, and we've come away with a point. I think that was fair in the end. They probably dominated more of the first half, and then the second half, Leeds United were right on it. Our goal was brilliant. We'll talk about that in a second, but yeah, kicking off, Sunderland, you know, they were up for it. So were Leeds. The atmosphere was good in the stadium. Their goal, it was a nice goal. It was a lovely goal from, from Granit Xhaka. Lovely little pass from him, and Adingra put it in the back of the net. And I thought Adingra actually had a very, very good game for Sunderland. One of Jayden Bogle's off games, really. I thought for me today, Adingra, very, very nice goal, stuck it in the back of the net. And that's all because Joe Rodon was keeping him on side. Joe Rodon came off injured. You got a feel for him. He's taken 2 massive ankle knocks, and a bloke we've rarely see go off, rarely see injured. You know, he's played 100+ consecutive games for Leeds United. It was weird seeing him come off the pitch. Leeds resorted back to a 4-4-3 instead of a 3-5-2, and I thought, wow, okay, this is going to struggle. We're going to struggle now. That's what I genuinely thought when Tanaka came on. Nothing to do with Tanaka, but going back to that old system. But what we've learned today is that we can do both. We can play the 3-5-2, and the 4-3-3 is still effective. You know, it still can work. It took a little bit of time to get into. We go in 1-0 down at half time. It could have been 2-0. They hit the bar just before half time, but luckily go in 1-0. And then second half, we're in this 4-3-3, and we start with a bit of energy. We start with, we wanting the ball, a bit of passion. I liked it. And our team goal was lovely. It's from like Stroud to Goodmanson to Okafor to Stack. Stack whips it over to Brenden Aaronson, and Brenden Aaronson, lovely ball across the box for Dominic Calvert Lewin. You know, that credit to Calvert Lewin, but Aaronson, he's now got 3 assists for Leeds, the highest we've got all season, which is good for Brenden Aaronson. Again, he had another good game. He was everywhere today, touching in and around the box. He was brilliant. Obviously, a few decision making like shots and little late passes, obviously a bit of a weak link in the game, but honestly, Brenden Aaronson is becoming an underappreciated player, I believe. I know he gets his stick, and some games when he's bad, he's really bad. But I think we've got to praise the boy when he's playing well, because today he was brilliant again, Brenden Aaronson. And I'm glad he didn't take him off, because every time Aaronson got the ball, something was happening. And then second half, obviously, like I said, we could have gone and got more. Obviously, when we scored that goal, it was pretty much all Leeds until the final sort of 10 minutes where Sunderland got back involved. But let's be serious. Sunderland fan, Leeds fan, neutral fan, you'd probably be, it's fair. A point is fair for both teams in that game. But looking at that, we've had in this month, who have we had? Chelsea, Liverpool, Brentford, Crystal Palace, and Sunderland to end December. And we didn't lose a game. I mean, that's brilliant. Really, that is brilliant. I don't know what happened to that second half of City. That change of formation, that belief. Leeds United are now a side that teams are not saying that's an easy 3 points against. They're going, okay, Leeds are coming to town today, or we've got to go to Leeds, which is a brilliant thing to have as a newly promoted club. Obviously, Sunderland themselves, credit to them. They've been a brilliant promoted side, and Leeds are now starting to to turn over some results, get some points on the road, which is good. Win at home, get a point away. That's what Daniel Farke wants. That's what Daniel Farke will be proud of today. But what you could see today is maybe Leeds could have gotten and got the 3 points. I'm not disappointed that we didn't, but it was there for the taking. Probably Sunderland would be saying the same as well. But the next game next Sunday is a big test, isn't it? It's Manchester United. Hopefully Joe Rodon will be back for that game, but it's a huge test. It's a huge game, and I'm hoping these players will be up for it. I think they will be up for it, but Man United have turned a bit of a corner in recent weeks, but we'll have to see. We'll talk a little bit about that game as the week goes on, but let's go through each player individually. Lucas Perry, there's nothing he could do for the goal. It's just a really nice, tidy goal. Had a couple of iffy moments. If you know me, you know I'm not fully sold on Lucas Perry right now. But yeah, it's nothing he could do for the goal. His distribution was good, and there's nothing more he really had to do today, really, apart from a couple of simple catches and things like that. Didn't make any saves that he really needed to make. Right back, Jayden Bogle, one of his meh games for me. I thought, he had a chance to score in the second half as well. I just thought Adingra had him on toast all game. Really did. I just thought his passing was off. I thought he didn't really look up for it. As soon as Joe Rodon went off, he looks like he lost his mate. That's genuinely how Jayden Bogle was playing. And obviously the lovely pass from Xhaka for their goal, it was behind Bogle. There's nothing he could really do. But for me, Bogle out it off game. Looking at the centre-backs, Joe Rodon, before he went off, he played well. There's nothing he could do for the first sort of 20, 25 minutes. He played all right. Yacoub, brilliant again. There was worry that he couldn't do it in the back two. I thought he'd done well in the back two today with Pascal. Pascal again, both of them solid. Gabriel Goodmanson, a bit annoyed, obviously, that he couldn't probably go further up, because when you drop into a 4-3-3, he's not going to be doing all that attack and running that he can do in a 3-5-2. But he still was solid. Of course, he was kept Chris Rigg relatively quiet, really. The three in the middle of the park, I thought the midfield was good today. Xhaka was pulling the strings, very, very experienced, very good player. And I thought Ampadu was excellent again. I've been praising Ampadu week in, week out, really. He's been excellent as a captain, a leader, passer, having a few decent shots as well. The long throw-ins obviously really helped. Tanaka came on. Thought he was excellent, as he normally is. And Stack, he had a bit of a meh first half, but second half, he was just winning everything. Nice set pieces. Just always starting an attack. I really like Anton Stack. He's been a brilliant signing for Leeds United. And then the front three, Dominic Calvert Lewin. We've already spoke about him a little bit, but what more can you say? Thomas Tuchel, get that bloke on the plane. Yeah, get him on the plane. Dominic Calvert-Lewin has been excellent in recent weeks. December has been his month. He scored again. I can't praise Dominic Calvert-Lewin any more than I already have. On the left wing, Okafor. For me, I really do like Okafor. I just need to see a goal or an assist, a bit more to his game. But I really like Okafor. Technically, probably our best player. And thought he was very, very good again in the 3-5-2 and when he was out on the wing. And Brenden Aaronson, for me, probably is up there for my man of the match today. I thought he was excellent when he was in the middle of the park. When he was on the right wing as well, thought he'd done really good tricks, tricks on the ball, good passing, good physicality from him that we don't see a lot. Lovely assist for Dominic Calvert-Lewin. So credit to Brenden Aaronson. But I think 1-1, like I said, was probably the fair score for this game. I don't think anyone was necessarily standout, maybe Brenden amongst the rest, but I thought it was a solid squad performance, solid team performance, and Leeds United end the day with a point. A point to end 2025. Guys, thank you for all your amazing support in 2025. Hopefully, I'll do a few more videos before the end of 2025. Don't count on it, though. But I'll be back next week for the big game against Manchester United. But whatever you're doing for the rest of 2025, hope you have a good one. Be sure to smash that like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheery.